Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Dio's Bizarre Holiday Singles. Welcome back, guys, to the round of 16 stage of DBHS 2. My name is Gammy Crayola and I will be your caster today. Huge shoutouts before we begin to Affirm Cheese for being our lovely streamer for this match, as well as the Hunter One for being the referee. Now, going into the match, this will be a matchup between Misha, Owl, and Hanori. Seed 47 versus seed 17. Not the closest when it comes to seeding, but as we have seen time and time again, this tournament, seeds just do not matter in the grand scheme of things. And of course, this is going to be a pretty difficult pool. I mean, compared to the last ones, compared to the ones that we've seen in group stage. I mean, this tournament scales up very quickly in terms of this SR. So, perhaps we might start to see, some of the skill cap prevail from our higher seeded players. Of course, being higher seeded either means your BWS rank bumps you up by a lot, or your overall rank is just higher. So, perhaps we start seeing some of that skill cap come into play. But ladies and gentlemen, we join in at the very beginning of this No Mod 5, a banger way to start this match. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it, you love it. It's Undead Corporations. Everything will freeze. Not the time freeze, not the diff that everybody knows this song for, but it is still a very intense map, all things considered. This is going to be No Mod 5 through 40 BPM, so you can already expect the main attraction of this map to be that speed, to be that high BPM, aim to be that high BPM tapping. And not to mention, with a map as long as this one, 3 minutes, I mean, coming in at a pretty average rank, but a lot of consistency going to be tested from both of these players. As of right now, it looks like Misha Awo is going to be taking the early lead, holding that FC against Hanori, who finds a miss just at the slow section, funnily enough. But this is their pick, so I mean, this is to be expected from Misha right now. We get into the drop. This is where the streams start to clock in. Misha is just tearing them apart. 99.46% accuracy and increasing What an incredible showing as you get into the second third of the map. Misha Awa is just stepping on the gas for this map. Hanori trailing behind, doing their best to trail behind, but with a 90% ag and not the combo you like, not the greatest combo in the world. Sorry, Hanori is just not able to match up, but Misha does go down with that break. But the question is that accuracy going to play a huge factor? And I think the answer is a resounding yes as you get into the second half of the map. And the second KI jumping straight into the more aim-heavy section of this map. Hanori is holding that accuracy lead, which might start to be pretty damn scary as we get into the last third of the map, pardon me. But Misha's accuracy is holding them together, but with that miss from Misha, I mean, Hanori... Oh my goodness, I was about to say Hanori might have had the chance to take it back, but Hanori finds a miss. And with that, there is absolutely nothing Hanori can do to face up against Misha's incredible 99.41% act. Going into the more stamina intensive section, the instrumental, I mean, this entire thing is instrumental, but the guitar solo of this song, Misha's continuing to do what we've seen them do this entire match, continuing to go ham on this stamina like it's absolutely nothing. And as you get into the last quarter of the map, I think this is a solidified point for Misha. What a pick. Last KI, but I don't even know if it matters anymore. Misha is just on a whole nother level when it comes to the speed, when it comes to the consistency, when it comes to the accuracy on this map. They just can't be beat at all. And I mean, Hanoi is doing their best. Both players go down, but that's not gonna matter whatsoever. Misha gonna take this first point very convincingly. And you love to see it. An amazing first pick from Misha. 98.88% act, almost 99. What a score. And this map is by no means easy by any stretch of the word. And the fact that, I mean, Misha was able to put up such a crazy performance. I mean, I was talking about how Hanori probably had the advantage when it came to the skill cap. But, I mean, mechanically, Misha just seems that much stronger over Hanori. But as you've seen before, Misha does seem to have a weakness. As you can see, they did go for the No 6 and the hidden 2 band. So those are definitely outlets for Hanori to abuse. Probably looking to go for the more control, less mechanics focused picks. As you can see, the double DT bands in DT2 and DT3 does seem to suggest that. So definitely expecting something like that to come up from Hanori. Could definitely see maybe, you know, maybe a No Mod 3, No Mod 4, maybe even a hidden. I definitely could see hidden 3 getting picked. Being, given how it is, I believe, a more control-heavy map. Could be wrong. But yeah, that's it. We're just gonna have to wait and see. In fact, we do see a Hard Rock 1 pick. Interesting. This Hard Rock 1 is, what I believe, I mean, it's a Devious Panda map, so you already know it's going to be slightly more control heavy. Map comes in at around 4 minutes long, so it is going to be a pretty long war of attrition, especially on the Hard Rock. Really going to test your ability to, you know, keep that focus not just on the smaller CS, but as well as the AR-10. Although I will say I'm not really expecting any of these players to really struggle on that whatsoever. I do think this map is a lot more standard. I think not the most awkward thing in the world, but I mean, some of these patterns might trip some of these players up, especially when they are under nerves. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's get into Hard Rock 1, the town inside me. Pretty slow start, but we should get straight into the action very soon. As of right now, both players identical combos, identical accuracy, identical everything really. But of course, this is not what we are here to watch. We are here to look at the KIs, which we will be getting straight into over here. Still nothing happening, not much movement from the score whatsoever. Alright. And with that slider kicking things off, jumping straight into the jumps. A lot of momentum halts, a lot of, you know, these wide angle snaps to these slower sliders, really halting your momentum, forcing your cursor into a bit of an awkward spot. But that's it. Both players are kind of acing this map right now. But I will say Misha is holding the accuracy lead by quite a sizable margin, no less. But there is still quite a lot of map left in the tank, a little over 2 minutes left, so anything can happen really. It might just be down to a first miss takes point, or first miss sells point, pardon me. Once again, a bit of a intermission right here before we jump into the next KI. And the awkward jumps start to come in. The angles are so wide. The spacing is so large. And both players look like they could miss at any second. I mean, they are threading on thin ice on this map. Misha drops a few 100s, brings the accuracy below Hanori, allowing them to take the lead. But we are all just waiting for that miss, and Hanori gives us just that. As we get into the last third of the map, Misha now comfortably in the driver's seat to take this point. The 1/3s come in and Misha hits all of them, going to the last third of the map with a fat 800 combo to boot. Hanori cannot do anything whatsoever to respond. And as you get to the last quarter, I mean, Misha needs to break now if they want any chance of making this comeback. But, I mean, I don't know even with that miss if it's gonna be enough. And as the map draws to its final KI, the widest angles of the map come in, and now the question is, how far can Misha take this? Both players are just going at it with these cross screens. Hanori finds a miss, but the star of the show, the ace in the hole, Misha, can you close this out? The cross screens just going insane. Misha is looking to close this map out. Will they be able to do it? The final jumps, the 1-2s. They've been doing an amazing job on this map. But Misha finally goes down. But that does not detract from just how absurd that's showing on the very last section of the map was. That last section is obviously by no means easy in any way. But Misha, what a performance. 864k on their opponent's pick. Wow. They are just kicking off to a hell of a start. Misha has the momentum in their hands. And they are just looking to continue to ramp this lead up, continue to skyrocket against Hanori. And I mean, Hanori being the highest seed, I mean, seeing as you have just lost your first pick, the mental game is now in play. Seeing this lower seed completely take the you know, completely go against the audience expectations and just take the first 2 points just like that. It must build some nerves, but we move on, and Misha immediately bounces forward in fact, with the DT1. Given how they did just win the Hard Rock 1, going straight into Snow Halation just seems like a no-brainer. Both maps mechanically very challenging on the aim. And I mean, I think this song needs absolutely no introduction whatsoever. It is Snow Halation, one of my favorite anime songs, personally. And yeah, going into this map, Misha, I mean, just based off their Hard Rock 1 performance, definitely the favorite to win this point right here. And Hanori really needs to get something on the board before it is too late. But we'll have to see how it goes. This map, I believe, clocks in at around 260 BPM. So it definitely will be testing your speedy aim, if anything. And this is also one of the shortest maps in the pool, coming in at only a minute and 10 seconds long. In fact, all the DTs are extremely short, clocking in at only just about a little over a minute. So, given how both other DTs were banned, this is a more RNG pick, all things considered. But in addition to being the shortest map in the pool, it is also the most difficult in terms of star rating. So, the difficulty density is going to be very intense for these players. That said, let's get into the DT1. Once again, similar to the last map, this start is pretty slow, but I mean, when this map spikes, it definitely spikes up pretty damn hard, so we'll have to see how it goes. And here we go. The build-up comes in. And with the call 1-2s coming in, Hanori is going to break right before the KI. And with that, Misha takes the lead. But Misha does find a miss though, and that gives Hanori some time to build that combo back. They are still in an accuracy deficit, which they need to make up soon. But they have a third of the map and a miss from Misha to boot. And that scoreline is very, very quickly decreasing. But Hanori drops the ball at the very last second, and I think that would have just given Misha exactly what they needed to prevent the score from shifting over. And Hanori, as they struggle to miss these last few nodes, probably on the high AR, Misha will once again steal another point, taking the match 3-0. Oh my goodness. The situation is really dire for Hanori right now. Definitely not the start that you would like to see, especially against a lower seed. Pretty rough, but it is still recoverable. But yeah, how will Hanori respond from this point on? I definitely think that Hanori needs to start going for the less mechanically intense picks. Maybe once again a hidden pick is warranted. Maybe a no mod 4, no mod 3 pick in the tank. Maybe they even want to double down into Hard Rock, but I'm not too sure just how reliable that is, given how they did just miss the Hard Rock 1, and it seems as though they struggled a bit on the high AR reading map. So, you know, perhaps high AR isn't their strong suit. But yeah, Hanori is really taking their time to really consider this pick. But it looks like we actually see a hidden one pick. We see Snow Drive come in. And that is that hidden pick in play. Definitely a pick that was to be expected. I mean, typically against a mechanics player, you want to try to play around them, maybe by going to the hidden mob pool, and you know, it seems they're trying to do just that. I'm not too sure how good of an idea going into the, I believe, more aim heavy and speedy hidden aim pick was, given how this is kind of mechanics heavy, and they have just lost, you know, 3 mechanics maps in a row. But you know, perhaps with the added bonus of hidden being just enough to topple Misha, There is definitely a play to be made here. But let's see how this goes. Let's get into Snowdrive. A very famous song as well. This pool is just filled with recognizable songs. But yeah, let's get into it. And going straight into the jumps, this map instantly starts attacking you with these extremely intense jumps at the very beginning. Does let down a bit with the sliders, but I mean, the map is very consistently difficult. And one thing to note that's interesting about this map is that it's very, very symmetrical. It shouldn't trip up most of these players normally, but once again, in similar fashion to I believe the start-stop movements of Hard Rock 1, might add a certain level of discomfort when it comes to this map. But I mean, that cannot be said before we see the final KI. I mean, before we see the KIs of the map. And right now, both players in similar fashion to the Hard Rock 1 at a standstill right now, at an absolute stare down. That Score is not seeing any movement whatsoever. Identical combos, identical accuracies. And really, nothing is happening right now until we get into the KI. And we've seen this play out countless amounts of times, and it really always seems as though Hanori is the one to fall short. Everybody hits the streams, and now I guess the question is, will Hanori be able to change what we've seen in the past? Will they be able to come out on top of this combo battle? I would say combo battle, but at this point it's just a combo war. And both players, in fact, making out of that section alive. A few unlucky 100s from Hanori does mean that he is now at an accuracy deficit against Misha. But we still have half of the map left in the tank. Still 2 minutes left for these players to fight, to duke it out. And as you've seen in the Hard Rock 1, I mean, it's these war of attritions that are the most scary to play in. And both players just dead even when it comes to both combo and accuracy. Everybody seems to hit the back and forth. Never mind, Misha goes down. And for the first time, we see Hanori racing ahead with the combo lead. 1.1k and counting. This is what Hanori needed. I wouldn't say that they're out of the woods just yet, given how there is still a third of the map. And Hanori, in fact, misses. That could be devastating. Although Misha does not have that much combo left to respond to that miss. But that Score is slowly but surely seeming to move in favor of Misha. I would say that's moving over too much right now, but was that a Bancho? Wait, was that a Bancho from Hanori? I think that was a Bancho from Hanori actually. It was a Bancho miss from Hanori, which means that Hanori is going to continue to race forward, hitting the back and forth, finally going down at the 5-note burst. But it does not matter whatsoever. Last quarter of the map, Misha goes down just to hammer the nail in the coffin. Hanori has finally done it. Hanori has finally secured their first point on the board. You love to see it, Hanori fans. And as the map draws to a close, and a very solid pick from Hanori, and a very, very needed point. Very, very good stuff. And I definitely think that as the map draws on, Misha will start to run out of picks. I mean, there are only so many mechanics maps that you can go for. But that said, I mean, Misha still does have the no-mod 1s. Misha does still have the no-mod 2s at their disposal. Not too sure how badly they want to go for that RNG no-mod coin flip. But, I mean, with you know, Hanori clearly putting the pressure when it comes to these, you know, less mechanically heavy maps, or, you know, more control-y maps, to say the very least. You know, Misha might start to run out of picks sometime, but I mean, they still have a lot of ammo left in the canister, left in the magazine, so, you know, definitely going to be interesting to see how both players play out from this mid-game stage of the match. Alright, and with that, that is going to be Red's pick. They go for the Snow Prism No More 4 pick. Interesting. Once again, another banger of a map. I do believe that this map is pretty... I mean, it is a pretty stream-heavy map. But, of course, well, that is, of course, if you include slider streams as streams. Because this map has a lot of wonky streams to trip some of these players up. So let's see how it goes. Hanori is definitely no stranger when it comes to streams. So, you know, I wouldn't count them out of this pick. Definitely a pick that can go either way. But with Misha being the player that is more well known for these high act plays, definitely going to be in favor of them. And as you can see, Misha gonna hold up with the early accuracy lead. Both players pretty hitting these, you know, alt patterns pretty comfortably. These snap alt patterns very comfortably. But with the streams starting to come in, the cuts start to eat these players alive, and Hanori is going to be the first one to go down. Meanwhile, Misha looks so comfortable on this map. He just seems to be owning it, finally going down to the sliders, which is going to give Hanori some room to breathe. But this map is very, very short, coming in just less than 2 minutes long. So I don't even know if Hanori has the map left. And with Hanori finding a miss, the slider streams start to come in, and I think it is a done deal. Misha is going to emerge victorious on this point. And with that, Misha with a very strong 99.3% act lead is looking to seal the deal and take this point home, bringing the match 4-1. Not gonna give up their lead whatsoever, and gonna continue to apply the pressure on Hanori. Alright, and with that, we are back to the picking stage. Once again, the pick is once again the pick is thrown to Hanori. And once again, we ask the question, how will they play from this point on? The hidden one seemed to work, so hidden 3 just seems like a no-brainer. And that is in fact what we see. We get to see Meme Avalanche come in. I believe this is the I mean, I would say that it's hidden techie, but there is also a lot of raw aim when it comes to the map. Overall, it's a very mixed map in its skill set. A lot of flow, a lot of kick sliders here and there. Not quite tech, but not quite mechanics as well. But I definitely think the main deal breaker for this map for Misha is going to be the hidden. As we've seen Hanori pull a hit on the hidden one pretty comfortably. This hidden 3 should... I mean, this hidden 3 is expected to be no different. Alright, let's get into it. Hidden 3, baby. The cuts start to come in immediately, and this map instantly starts to eat you with those space streams. Hanori does go down at the first cut, and I mean, giving Misha any sort of that leg room is very dangerous, as Misha is looking to take the early lead. 300 combo, completely annihilating these patterns on Hidden. Never mind, I mean, Misha clearly very happy about that, about hitting that div spike. I mean, never mind, I said Misha would be weaker on Hidden, but they are just proving me wrong and a half. Half of the map through this demon control map, and Misha is just completely roasting Hanori alive right now. 99.3% act with an FC. Hanori is not even doing bad by any means, but Misha's just on a whole nother level, and they might have just won the point right then and there with both players finding the miss there. I mean, Hanori might have had a chance if Misha found that miss, but I mean, given how both players missed, I mean, Misha is going to look to take this match to match point. And this is just rough for Hanori right now, as Misha is just gonna continue to push forward as you've seen them done before. It doesn't matter how much they miss in this section. That early lead that they generated is just too commanding. Too powerful from Misha right now. And yeah, with that, Misha will be taking this match to match point in a very dominant fashion. Amazing performance, and an unfortunate pick for Hanori. Clearly, Misha wasn't expecting that amazing performance from themselves. But yeah, with that, the situation now really is dire. We are clearly in the endgame right now with Misha in threatening match point against Hanori. And if I were Misha, I would definitely look to go for maybe a No Mod 2 pick. Maybe a No Mod 1 pick here. Something more mechanics heavy. Or maybe even a Hard Rock. We haven't seen any of the Hard Rocks other than Hard Rock 1 getting picked, and Misha did do very well on the Hard Rock 1, so really, Misha now seems to have a lot of options. And I in fact do see Misha go for the Hard Rock 2 precision map. Now, this map is interesting, to say the very least. If you were to look at the map stats, you might be wondering, hey, what's the stats? And I'm here to tell you that this map is CS 10. The smallest a map can go in terms of CS. And it is in fact not AR, it is in fact not AR10, it comes in around AR 9.2 if I'm not wrong. And with that said, this is a it's a map, to say the very least. Coming in at only 4 stars, you already know that this map is going to be interesting for these players. I'm not too sure how either side will fare on this point. I mean, we are not too familiar with any of their precision abilities, but I mean, I will say this is way beyond the scope of a normal tournament's Hard Rock 2, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how it goes. Misha is playing the wrong map. They are looking to send another retry on that Hidden 3. Anyways, into the game, and yep, that is in fact what we're seeing. I would give you commentary on what's happening right now, but frankly, I'm squinting to see what's on my screen. But I can tell you that they're hitting some of the circles, and Misha seems to be hitting more of them with a better accuracy. And I was about to say better combo. This map is very, very short, coming in at only 1 minute and 22 seconds long. So any sort of combo is going to be very important if you can even master a combo on this map. But as of right now, last third of the map, Misha looking to take the lead, not by combo but by accuracy, and put a slow but melancholic end to Hanori's match, to Hanori's points. And Misha will be closing out this match in very dominant fashion. 6-1. A very impressive score. I mean, a very impressive showing from Misha this entire map. Really just showing off on a whole host of maps. Even maps that we thought they wouldn't do as well on, such as the Hidden 3. Just an absolute masterclass from Misha. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this round of 16 match will be Misha Awa. Unfortunately, Hanori will be getting knocked down to the losers bracket, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. But yeah, congratulations once again to Misha. And I think with that we can end the stream. If Cheese has nothing much else to say, thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout outs to Affirm Cheese as well as the Hunter One for being our streamers and refs respectively for this match. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dio's Bizarre Holiday Singles. My name is Gamily or Gammy Crayola, and we will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.